Okay, I'm just gonna get started. So let's see. Hey guys, Julene here. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for being here. If you're new, my name is Julene and I make videos that are interior design related. Today is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be packing because I'm moving. Let me just start by saying this isn't a video bashing LA. I have so much respect for LA and I have so much that I owe to this city because I spent most of my 20s here and it's really contributed to developing me into the woman that I am today. So before we get into that and before we start packing, I should share a little bit of history about why I ended up in LA in the first place. So to give you a little bit of background, I have officially been in LA, I think if you count up to September, it makes 8 years. Let's start from the beginning. So ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to act. It's all I can remember wanting to do. I would write screenplays and videotape them with my friends. I would wake up every morning from I don't know, I had to be like 6, 7, or 8 years old. I'd wake up every morning, I'd go downstairs my basement by myself. It was like my zen time. I would put on a movie and I would just say the lines and I would say them over and over again until I got them right, or until I got that tear to fall just right, just like the actor on screen. And it was very therapeutic for me. I grew up in a really great household, a really loving mom, but I've had depression pretty much all of my life. And certain times it's come out, like certain transitions in my life, it's gotten worse. But acting has always been an outlet for me to tap back into myself and giving me the freedom to discover my emotions and to connect, which is something that I had trouble doing, just knowing myself and connecting. It was the only time, acting was the only time that I really felt alive and whole, and it's a very euphoric experience for me. I really believe that acting, although I love interior design, is my calling. I enjoy making spaces for people and really tapping into the artist inside me, and being creative and pouring out love into somebody's space and making it just a beautiful space for them to enjoy. I really love doing that, and it really feeds that creative part of me. But acting will always be my #1 thing that I love to do. So anyway, acting is what brought me to Los Angeles. And although the first few years I thought, man, this is where I'm going to be forever, like this is my home, this is where entertainment industry is, I never saw myself living anywhere else other than here. I've recently come to the conclusion that LA is not the best place for me anymore. And that's what this video is about. We're gonna talk about all the reasons why I don't feel like LA is my home anymore.
If I could search the world, would I be happier than now?
So, reason #1 is crime in LA. Lately, I've really been feeling like LA is very similar to New York. I just, when I'm here, honestly, I get the Purge vibes. Like, it really feels like the Purge, Concrete City, just very grunge and filled with anxiety for me. I don't like to go out at night. I'm already a homebody. Like, my home is my sanctuary, but I I find myself more and more anxious going out here. And I recently downloaded the Citizen app. Where's my phone? I'll pull it up for you and I'll show it to you, but like in any given moment, it's lit up like a Christmas tree because there's so much crime going on around constantly. I worked at a 5-star hotel in Beverly Hills, and people would come up to me, the guests, and be like, is it safe to like walk around? And this is in Beverly Hills, the place that's supposed to be like super glitz and glam. The homeless population here is just like way out of control. It's just not what it's. LA is not all glitz and glam, and it's not really what it's portrayed to be on like on media and television. There really is, like, to me, a lot of negative aspects to being here.
What if I get hurt? What if we don't work it out? It's not the way you look into my eyes. It's not the way you touch my hand and smile. I love you 'cause I want to.
I want to be able to just go outside and take a walk, or walk to, you know, just walk in general as a female. I want to be able to like go out and enjoy things with my friends without worrying about safety. You know, I live in the Hollywood area, so there's a lot more crime in my area, but you know, as you go further up in the valley, it gets a little bit less and less, but that's a whole nother story. I think next we should talk about pricing. So everybody knows that LA is expensive. Like, it's so expensive to live here, and to me, I feel like I'm paying thousands and thousands of dollars every month to live in the hood. Like, that's literally what it feels like. You know, I want to be able to, I'm at a point in my life now where I just want peace, and I want to be able to buy a house and build and have a family and invest in investment properties. Like, I want to be able to have a little bit more peace and stability in my life and not live the city life anymore. Like, I want to be in nature and just enjoy the small day-to-day pleasures instead of living in a busy city that's constantly moving, always loud, and extremely expensive. I paid thousands of dollars just to rent a room. I live in a 2-bedroom, and I paid thousands of dollars just to rent a room. Now, the amount of money that I pay for my room, I could actually get like a 2-bedroom apartment somewhere in the Midwest where I'm from, and many other places around the States, which is, you know, I mean, LA is definitely not like the most expensive place. Like, you have New York, San Francisco, London, but to me, it's not. I can just live such a more full and rich lifestyle somewhere else. I feel like I've been limiting myself living here. Okay, let's talk about the Hollywood scene or entertainment scene in this city. It's very frustrating for me. I will just say that. Like, I guess if I had to explain everything overall under this big umbrella named entertainment industry, I'm talking about plastic surgery, parties, networking, acting, IG people. Like, I would say everything under that umbrella is very shallow. And although, you know, going to these events and meeting these celebrities, and for me, I don't want to say acting. I would say the networking side and meeting these people and going to this party or going to the celebrity's house, or it's just all very empty. It's not a rich life. And for me, if I had to choose between fame and money versus love and family hands down always wins, because that's priceless, and I think that's what life is about. And I would say one thing about being here is I never really felt like I had people who I can depend on. Like, I have a couple of friends who, okay, like if something happened I could call them, but it's still nowhere compared to like what it's like to have family around you. It can be very lonely here, and I just don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to be around family. I want to be around people who love me and that I love. And I think for a long time I had this idea of like what I wanted my life to be, and it just had to go that way. You know, I have to be in LA, make it, and make it, right? Everyone comes here to make it, and I have to like make it in as an actor. And truthfully, when I would envision my life, that was part of it, but when I really envisioned what my life would be, it was always me being in a beautiful home that I designed to my liking, with all my friends and family around a dinner table, me cooking for them and hosting them. And the core of what I really want, I thought it was, you know, fame and hustle culture, but really I just wanted to be surrounded by love, and I wanted a home and peace. And I was limiting myself for a long time, and I think for the first time I really see that I can have the life that I want no matter where I am. I'm going to go to the Midwest and be a little bit closer to my family, and I'm not very far from Chicago, so I can submit into Chicago for acting gigs. A lot of stuff is still virtual right now. I think it's a myth and a lie that you have to be in LA or in New York to pursue a serious acting career. And I also really have fallen in love with interior design, so I'm excited for that new chapter and for YouTube and to see where that takes me. What I'm gonna miss, I am 100% gonna miss the food here. The food in LA is so good, and if anybody knows me, you know, you see how excited I am right now? If anybody knows me, if you're watching this and you know me, type in the comments what my favorite LA place is to eat. If you do not know this, I'm sorry. If you don't know this and you live in LA, okay, I have friends other places who might not know, but if you live in LA and you're my friend, you know what place is my favorite restaurant in Los Angeles. So put it in the comments. I'm testing you, yes. But that's one thing I'm gonna miss is the food. There's so many options for food here. I'm gonna miss the weather, of course, but I also miss seasons. I miss the fall, and I can appreciate the winter now. But the weather will be something that I miss. I'm gonna miss the diversity. I love how diverse Los Angeles is. There's so much culture here. There's so many different ways of living and lifestyles, and just all different kinds of people with different beliefs. And I think it's really important to surround yourself with people who are different than you. It just enriches your life in a whole new way. So that's something I really will miss, is just being around diversity in every aspect of the word. I also love that LA has a very heavy Mexican culture, and I love being around that, and so that's something that I'm gonna miss for sure when I go back. Also, a culture of health and entrepreneurs. I love the entrepreneurial mindset that is very heavy here in Los Angeles, because it motivates you to like step up your game and do more. Being here forces you to get creative about ways to make money because it's so expensive. So you know, I've learned so many different investment opportunities. Just being here and having to find ways to make money stretches your mind to be creative, and I really have enjoyed that and benefited from that, and I think it's important to surround yourself with people who think that way. I'm also going to miss the art. As most people know, LA is full of different art. I can go to the theater, I can, you know, see a stand-up comedy show. That's something that I really love. I think I went to my first art gallery here. There's just so much art to enjoy, and as an artist I really appreciate that, and it is something I'm gonna have to work hard to like maintain when I get to the Midwest. But the benefit is so much more than the loss of moving there. I just want to say thank you to LA. I know that's really corny, but I've just grown so much from being here. You know, when I first came here, I was in my early 20s. I didn't know really who I was or what path I'd be going on or what experiences were ahead of me, and I didn't care. I was ready to just pursue my passion, and I'm very proud of the younger Jolene and just being brave to like stretch her wings and move to a city where she had no family, no friends, and just start fresh. I grew a lot. I learned how to adult here. I had my first heartbreak here. I had my first real job here. I've had really down moments. I've had really joyful moments and once in a lifetime opportunities. And I can really say that I've gotten a lot out of this time here in Los Angeles, and I have peace about closing this chapter and welcoming the next chapter. So yeah, thank you, Los Angeles. It means a lot, and most of all, thank you to all the beautiful people and all the family that I've met here. I'm not saying goodbye. I'll definitely come back to visit all my friends. You know, family and friendship is very important to me, and I sincerely thank you for being that support to me. And I'll be back to visit. I just won't be here as much, but I didn't really cry during the video, just a little bit. But thank you, LA, and I'll see you later.